The pantheon of gods and goddesses of ancient Mesopotamia is one of the oldest and most diverse pantheons in the world. The Mesopotamians believed in thousands of gods and goddesses. They represented various aspects of nature, human life, and culture. Some of them were benevolent and helpful to humans. Others were malevolent and destructive. The gods and goddesses often wore horned caps, which symbolized their divinity and authority. They also wore a deity's melem. This mysterious substance gave them a terrifying splendor and made humans tremble in awe. They wore clothes and decorations made of gold, which showed their wealth and status. Ancient Mesopotamian temples were meant as places for the gods to reside on earth. The gods also had statues that were believed to be their physical embodiments on earth. The statues were treated with great care and respect by priests who clothed them, fed them, and carried them in boats and chariots during processions. The Mesopotamians believed that the universe came into existence through a series of cosmic births. According to them, at the beginning of time, there was only the primordial ocean. Namu arose from the ocean, a creation goddess. She is described as a woman and as a monstrous sea serpent. As the great serpent goddess of the abyss, she gave birth to earth and heaven. Ki was the earth goddess in Sumerian religion. She was portrayed as a beautiful, petite woman with delicate features, and was a sky god who was later viewed as the father of the gods and ruler of the heavens. He was typically depicted in a headdress with horns. Together, Enki produced a plethora of plants on the earth, and the freshwater ocean called the Apsu below the earth. Enki then birthed Enlil, the god of the air and wind. He separated heaven from earth. As a result, En began to dwell in the highest heavenly regions, and Enlil took over as commander of earth. Enlil was regarded as the inventor of the mattock and the patron of agriculture. The next powerful god of the Mesopotamian pantheon was Enki. He was the god of fresh water. According to the legends, he was responsible for filling the Tigris and Euphrates rivers with water and fish. Therefore he is always depicted with two streams flowing into each of his shoulders. He was also the creator of humans and animals from clay. Enki represented the freshwater ocean, called the Apsu, which Sumerians believed existed below the earth as a source of life and fertility. Other gods involved with creating the universe included Nana and Utu. Nana was the god of the moon, who regulated the seasons and the calendar. It is believed that he brought light to the dark sky, scattering the stars like grains. The crescent moon was regarded as his barge in which he sailed through the night sky. Utu was the god of sun. He was also the judge who punished evil doers and protected travelers. The Mesopotamians believed that he emerged from the doors of heaven at dawn and made a journey across the skies each day. The Mesopotamian afterlife was a dark, dreary cave located deep below the ground. This netherworld was said to be ruled by the goddess Ereshkigal and her husband Nergal. The most important female deity of ancient Mesopotamia at all periods was Inanna, the goddess of love and war. Inanna is always depicted as a young woman, who is fully aware of her feminine power. Other important Sumerian goddesses were Gula and Ninkasi. Gula was the goddess of healing and a patron of physicians. She owned medical equipment such as scalpels, herbal medicine, and bandages. Gula, among other things, was the goddess of dogs. Ninkasi was the goddess of beer and brewing. She was responsible for creating the divine drink from barley grains and honey. A prominent place in the Mesopotamian pantheon was occupied by grain goddesses, showing the importance of agriculture. Babylon mainly focused on the god Marduk, who was the national god of the Babylonian Empire. Marduk was depicted as a human in royal robes, often with his symbol the snake dragon. Nabu reached a position second only to the god Marduk, and was considered as his son. Nabu was the god of scribes and writing, who recorded the fate of humans and gods on clay tablets. The Assyrians believed in a large and varied pantheon of gods. However, Ashur was the heart of Assyrian religion. He represented their political power and military success. This concludes our video about the gods and goddesses of ancient Mesopotamia. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more videos about ancient civilizations.